It's time for Power Hour.
I know that it's been hard for you. I see your struggles. I feel them more than you know. No one can possibly imagine the pain, the anguish that you're feeling right now. We're all here for you. We all pray for you.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the weekly candle close stream. We got some really nice price action unfolding before our very eyes right now. I mean, Bitcoin's up $2,650, and it's just so spectacular to see this weekend price action we got. Okay, 109.35801. We know that level, right? Very well. The January 20th former all-time high. It's not an opinion. It's literally just reality. There it is. And what they do on Friday? Well, unfortunately on Friday, no, on Thursday, nasty bearish engulfing candle, you lost the level, right? They violated it with a candle close. And then the next day, what happened? On Friday, buyers immediately recaptured the key level. And then what did they do on that wonderful Saturday? They reconfirmed the validity of the level that was violated on Thursday, right? Recaptured, reconfirmed, and once again tested at the lows today. 109.35801 is support, and now running a massive bullish engulfing candle. And maybe, just maybe, what we got going on, I tweeted about this, post in Discord. 1 and now 2. What is 2? 2 would be the confirmation low that we would need. Okay, so we finally have something. Right, it wasn't really even that good of an argument here. You had the inverse head and shoulders, it played out, but it just started, like, it was just kind of stalling out with some bearish divergence on lesser time scales near the supply line of the channel, and it rolled over. But now we've got this 1 time, 2 time, all this resistance is now flipping to support confirmed. And now what we're seeing right now is buyers are recapturing 112,000, another former all-time high that we got in May. It was support in August. You're breaking that. That's wonderful, man. I mean, think about the possibilities when you get developments like this. You get stuff like, oh yeah, at least a 786 for a Gartley. I mean, if we were completing or concluding a C wave right here, which we very well could, I mean, it's all at very real levels. If it's real, I mean, you've got some decent upside, at least to go test the supply line at 115. But if they're gonna, paint a C to D wave, a large wave up, I mean, you could be taking you all the way to 120. So let's see how this unfolds. This is incredible price action to be seeing on a Sunday evening with futures. The U.S. futures have reopened. Gold, all the metals have opened again. It was a good little start for U.S. futures. They were up. They are up 0.13% on the NASDAQ. Let's just look at it real quick. Drinking some coffee, man. Trying to keep alive. I kind of went on a Lithium Americas Corporation bender. If that's, you're like, where did Mitch go? Sometimes, man, when a setup plays out so well, you might not see me for a couple days, okay? Because life's good. Life's real good. All right, but top left S&P, top right Dow Jones, bottom left NASDAQ, bottom right Russell 2000. It's amazing, man. It's just still contained within the parameters of this just artistic channel, and we can pull it up on the big screen. It's just wonderful. Like, these channels always break, man. So it's like, okay, win break. Win freaking break, dude. it was a good day on Friday. You know, the 3-day sell-off. Someone's joking about the 3-day bear market has finally concluded. You got a nice engulfing candle, like a bullish engulfing candle on Friday. And hopefully we can catch fall there today. And it's all coming off of another formal back test of the demand line of the channel, the bottom threshold of the uptrend. And it makes sense on a pullback because you were just hitting that 1414 fib extension, unstoppable, you know, win streak. So I'm just hoping it's respected so we can continue, go test all-time highs, break it, break the hard line, and then eventually the hardest target of hard would be the 1618 golden me ratio, like 6,944. If that's the case, you know what, man? Let's just call it a cool 7,000. Psychological. I just wonder. I mean, we're about to be going into Q4, so we're about to be getting out of like the worst couple months of the year, historically speaking. We're about to be getting some of the most interesting, where we've had some historically terrible Q4s, and we've had some unreal godlike pump quarter Q4s. So it's gonna be very interesting. 2,000% calls. Yeah, well, that's, you know, sometimes, man. Like, it was a meme. It was a meme. Y'all were ragging on me, rightfully so. LAC took forever, right? And then it was just finally. It was no surprise on how it was probably going to play out. It's probably going to be a one-day thing. And it was overnight, whatever, or after hours, just, yeah, it was crazy. So there are more. There are more assets. Like if you missed LAC, maybe next time, take heed of what I'm just saying, right? Like I'm trying to impart in you, like, right? None of this is like fortune telling. You know, LAC could have easily failed. Like, there could have been no government taking 10% equity in the stock, you know? But the structural development was impeccable. It was the best chart you could look at. It looked like Baba. You saw what Baba did? Took a year, but it didn't matter. It was just beautiful. Something to have in your portfolio. You can hold. That's the great thing about it, man. Like, you don't have to be some sort of full-time trader, bro. Like, oh yeah, I'm like constantly checking out the markets all the time, every day, which I know, like, you really want to do that if you can. But like, even if you can't, like, I mean, taking these daily setups, you know, setting up stop losses at reasonable areas, strategic levels, and then you just having it in your portfolio for a year, like Baba. I mean, it didn't take some sort of godlike guru, full-time trader bro to like reap the benefits of that trade setup on Baba, or even LAC. It didn't. You just had to have conviction on what you were looking at on a chart. It was representative of things more than before. Accumulation, buying campaign, all happening at a level where someone could manage the risk optimally. Derek, Merrill, are your call options and your portfolio gains also socialism? Meh. We got a government shutdown coming, and how many days? So the deadline's on Tuesday, and then it seems like if they don't come to an agreement, which they shouldn't come to an agreement, the government should shut down. I'm just saying, should shut down. Then the government will shut down on the 1st, October 1st, and then it's just like, let this equity
stock, please. Accumulating after
pump.
testing the 2009 low and now has 33% short interest. Maybe another BlackRock pumper.
What's up, Anon? Thanks to the 2333 repeating course. MPW. Yeah, we'll look at that. Absolutely, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, just we're just talking powwow. It's been a minute. I've gone live, so yeah. Let's look at that NASDAQ 100 real quick. I know there's some altcoins that are pumping, but look what's crazy about this one. You know, they lost the channel only to confirm a bottom, and then you recaptured, reconfirmed, rallied. And on that 3rd day of the sell-off, it was just another formal back test of the demand line as a demand line again. Crazy. What's up, SoFlo?
Hope you had a fantastic weekend, my man. Check out TLT. Cheers.
Yeah, the bonds, 20-year Treasury bond ETF. If you're so inclined, we'll look at that garbage. Yeah, dude. Thanks. All right, so I'm just hoping, right? Like, what if, it's actually real and they pivot it and we run? It would be crazy upside potential. I mean, 25,000 is the number of all numbers. That is such a psychological level. That is crazy. We haven't seen that yet, but we've seen 24,800. Okay. X marks the spot. I think the market participants, the bots, everyone wants that so that we might get it eventually. So it's just so cool to see. All right. All right, I guess we can look at some of these cryptos. We looked at Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. Very nice bounce. The weekly is very important on Ethereum, okay? Very, very important. Forget the daily here for a second, okay? It's all about that right-angled and descending broadening formation structure that developed over the course of 500 plus days. Here it is, pictured, right? The beginning of its development, March of last year, and the bottom point, April, and the breakout, the full breakout was in August 4th that week. And then finally, what's great about, no one wants an asset to ever sell off, like not really, especially someone holding it. But you can't tell me that like it's not a really good thing that sellers took the price back down to the level that was once resistance, but not just there. How about more historically, candle close resistance. That's like the level of all levels, okay, on Ethereum. And they are trying to successfully defend it as support. I think that's a really good thing because you didn't have that, right? People will request assets and you'll see a breakout or something and an asset's up there. It's been rallying off that breakout. And it's like, if there wasn't a back test immediately after the breakout, it's kind of sus. It's like, wouldn't we want a back test that is successful? So we would want to wait for that, and maybe we're getting it on Ethereum. Time will tell, of course. I mean, a lot of work to be done. We really want to recapture 4384, but I think that's just a really nice thing to happen, and to see just a little bit of strength going into the weekly close. We got 41 minutes till the weekly candle close. So if you're in here and you're happy to see me again after a few days hiatus, hit that like button above. So thanks so much for being here. Yeah, just like, where, man. Like, I don't know. I hope you're making money because I am. So, I mean, it's like whatever. Like, people, I don't know what people are doing. So I'm just trying to like live life.
I think you'd like Snap.
Hey, Joe Wizard, thanks, dude. Look at Snapchat. Yeah, well, at one time we did, and I can't remember what happened, but we can look back at it. Thanks, dude. Peter Patrick Runner, man.
Peter Patrick Printer tip $25. DDD short squeeze soon? Doing things. Ended last week, nice.
Well, that's a trade setup, active trade setup, man. Just based on, it was a position trade, though. And it's way off the entry, but got a lot more work to be done. We'll look. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. Yeah. So that's like the most important thing. Like, you want to just keep your eye on Ethereum's weekly, and it's this 39.30, 39.50 level. Hold that. Maybe even you test it again this coming new week, right? Again, successfully. All is well. You are golden. You're great above that, okay? Now, to lose it, yeah, consequences are probably real fast, 3K. But to hold it, that could be, it's time to maybe go attempt a rally to 48.67, the old all-time high. Could very well be, I hope. I really hope what we're seeing on Bitcoin on the daily is real. The confirmation low at key levels. That could be huge for Q4. Okay. XRP. It was cool to see XRP a little bit on some lesser time scales. I mean, the weekly, not that impressive, really. Not too much to look at. Still below some key candle closes. But, yeah, daily's pretty interesting just because one more time, right? They're attempting to hold a support. Like, buyers are defending. What was interesting on the lesser time scales is just you can see one low and then a second low locally. So maybe it's a confirmation low getting put in, but you have a lot of ground to cover, and you still are only making lower highs with a buy wall at 272. So it's just, maybe if someone took a long there, that's the most strategic level. If you're going to take a long, maybe you're taking it at 272, and it's bounced pretty hard off that for now. So, but just so many resistances above you, you got to break. You got to see $2.90, $3, $3.10. They all got to be broken. So I hope it's real. I hope it holds, and I hope it's I hope it's like Bitcoin's putting in the confirmation low going into Q4. Ethereum successfully back testing the patterns, old, sell wall as maybe a buy wall now, right? There's demand there, and we're going to go higher. If that's the case, most likely XRP would be doing the same thing. So good new data, very new data coming in the past few days. Okay, they can give you a little bit. It's just better than what we had. Like you're just floating on up here, chat, with some bearish divergence, and you're at a supply line, and it's just been running. Okay, good. Give me the sell-off. Wonderful. You know what that does? Fulfills that low to high 886. Like you could plot on Bitcoin like a freaking shark. Probably, like, oh yeah, there it is. There's always the 886, bro. Almost always, right? Isn't that crazy? They somehow put in a shark. And the shark just happened to be like completing at the historical inflection point that goes all the way back to, beginning of this year, late last year, like December 2024. So cool to see a reaction off this M shape completing. Nice. Okay. Solana, that really took it on the chin last week, man. It's wow, look at that. So they took it down to the 190, 198 level. And now they're trying to hold 198 as support at the lows. Now you're going for bullish engulfing candle. The next target is clearly going to be 216 again. Maybe they break it, right? So the uptrend that never was in jeopardy, really, I guess it was getting closer, but you're still just making higher highs, higher lows. So forget that pattern that resolved up. We can go back to remember how we had it, the channel. Very nice. 1 and 2 and 3 on the bottom, 1 on the top, and then at the top, like you've got, oh, okay, perfect. Man, having that stupid wedge there, I didn't look at this channel. That was freaking nice, man. So nearing the bottom of the channel too, like the oversold threshold, but just they couldn't get it there because there's just other support resistance from history that they're defending. So your uptrend's still very much intact on Solana. I'm not sure about so much of a structure right now. It'd be nice to get something like this. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome, right? A confirmation low locally, kind of like Bitcoin's doing, but you don't have it yet. But yeah, people, they're defending a level. So that's where you're at on Solana. Nice. Okay. Uptrending. BNB, forget about it, man. What you worried about? There's so much demand, they can't even take it back to the demand line of this little channel now, this newer channel. So strong. I mean, just probably beat $1,000 by morning, if not earlier. 988, 90. Strongest crypto in the entire world, and it's not even close. BNB. Yep, this is the one of all ones so far. I'm just hoping like this is some sort of omen for what Q4 will bring us in crypto. And I finally can have a little bit of optimism on the daily on Bitcoin when it was just right. We never act like we know where things are going, but we get pretty kind of excited when structures develop at key levels, and finally Bitcoin's showing a little bit for now, right? That 109 level is defended for a second time, discernibly on the daily. Okay. Sam T said Lack changed his life last week. Nowhere near some of the whales. Dude, come on, man. How do you become a whale? You keep winning. You keep managing your risk appropriately, optimally over a long period of time. It's not going to be like, okay, this one trade made me rich. Nope. Now, and one investment might make you rich. I was very lucky, fortunate with NVIDIA my early 20s. But it wasn't like an active thing where I'm like, oh, making crazy trades on it, just holding. So Yeah, you just gotta think, man. LAC's just one. Baba's another. ACHR is another. Triple D is another. VITL was another. And then GameStop might be another because it's already started, right? They're just, it's the framework and it's the managing your risk, and you have proper position sizes. So in case that one failed, you don't blow up your account, put yourself so far behind that you have to start taking high risks and start making stupid position sizes. Good, Sam.
Hey Mitch, just checking in, man. Thanks for the best tip you ever gave me. Invest in yourself. Kangs, and as always, respect the DA.
Is that a joint?
B. Washington, you know it's coming to a point now, sir. All those years ago, remember that time you tipped me, literally tipped me specifically, and bought my motherboard on my supercomputer that I'm still using? That was like literally like 6 years ago or something stupid. And they're starting to show signs that this thing's nearing the end of the line. But what a freaking run, man. Like crazy run. Funded by you. Sponsored by you. I think that's really cool, man. So anytime I see your name, it's like, that's my motherboard sponsor. Thank you, dude. Beach Jedi, are you kidding me, man? Let's freaking go! Or shrink forced in with her belt.
Beach Jedi 101 tipped $101. Here's to the legend. Thanks for the constant education, Mitch. Nearly 5 years here. Changed my life. Forever grateful.
Beach Jedi, are you gonna try to make me cry? Tears of joy or something? Really, dude? It's unbecoming to make me cry tears of joy.
Roll Tide.
Thank you, dude. So much for the freaking 101. The just unending support over all these years is just so grateful. I'm so grateful for it, man. And it's extremely humbling to have all of you, each and every one of you watching, you know, over all these years. And yeah, I don't know what to say. Thank y'all, everyone. So we looked at the big cryptos, man. Those are the big ones. You know, all the big ones. So Matthew D came to the general chat and he was talking about Zcash. I'm like, you know, I'll take a look at Zcash again. I mean, this is kind of crazy. I mean, whatever, right? No one cares, and it's a scam, and it is a scam. Dude, it is a scam. Whatever. But it is interesting to see, you know, since July last year, that you do have these higher lows, however you want to say it. They just can't break $50, $53. I mean, if they could ever do that, it's a straight shot to $74. They break $74, my God. 81, 100, 125, 170. So you just got to wonder, like, is there someone out there that's just accumulating this joke of a coin? Zcash? I wonder. Started with a type 2 return of an M shape down there, but you know, check on some of these, man. Something like YFI, that's still not dead. I mean, they're trying to recapture the level all levels. If somehow, if Ethereum actually pivots off that pattern's resistance as support, I mean, this is still very much alive. It's just, you gotta wonder, man, like, if it's gonna happen. It's been really tough. Like, I don't see how people did it, sitting through all these garbage coins when you had all these setups on the equities market this summer. It has been an inconceivable summer for equities. They really try to put emphasis on stocks this summer because they were there, man. Animal spirits, all you could ever dream of, it was there. So maybe it's crypto, right? I mean, this is like right here. This is the area where people would maybe take an entry and have a stop loss and pray to God. Because look, every time you get down to these levels, it ends up, if they hold it, it ends up becoming a nice level where it marks up. But again, it's crypto, so what are we gonna do? Like Cardano, let's check out Cardano, Hoskins and Son. Kind of neutral. All right, they're still making higher lows than the previous lows, but you're not making higher highs. You're not really above any sort of key resistance. It's kind of just crap, even if it ends up rallying. Shoot, man, at this point, if you were going to go with anything, it might be Bitcoin. Maybe Ethereum. Maybe. But dang, man, Bitcoin looks freaking... They're just going back to it real quick. It's like those arrows. Like, it's literally there. You don't have that on Cardano. You do not have this on Cardano. You don't even have it on Ethereum, really. You don't have any form of confirmation that is discernible on the daily. It is local. All happening at a key level on Solana. You know, you have like one bounce off of one level on Solana. That's great. You kind of have like a third test on XRP, but it's very interesting right here. I'm all of a sudden intrigued. And you know I haven't been intrigued on this crap for a while. So, okay. Let's do gold real quick. Is OP dead? Did it make it, man? OP. I mean, he's down there like a lot of these going. Oh, look at this, dude. Look at gold, man. They gapped it up. The gap is still open. You know that's going to fill tonight. But my God, just out the gate, they like the bots, the algos. They just can't help themselves. They're like rushing to the door to market buy gold at open, which was like, shoot, like an hour and a half ago. Oh, excuse me. So you're above the gold mean ratio. You're in a major impulse. There's nothing to do here, right? Bitcoin is more strategic than gold right now, right? Bitcoin has a confirmation low. Someone could buy, have a stop loss below that second low. And in this world, there's nothing to do. Like you're just looking at like, I don't know, 3,800, 4K. I mean, for a swing trader that was trading the structure.
Rich ain't doing things.
Doge Lord tipped $25.
God.
What's up, Mitch? Thanks for your never-ending education. Shout out to the GOAT. What's your overall analysis on the market right now? I've been touching grass. Thanks as always. Much love.
What's up, Doge Lord? Thanks for 25, man. The VeChain doing things. Old, ancient, auditory artifact. Thank you, dude. So what do you mean? The overall market? Well, we did, I mean, hold on. What? What's up, Betwin? Yeah, so... All right, that's great that you say that, Bet one and Bet two. One of my friends asked me about like gold, and so it's very true. And maybe we should look at TLT, one of the requests first. So you look at this asset, okay, swing trader maybe taking profit, you know, maybe exiting their trade of the ascending triangle. Like that's, hey man, measured move was hit, gold mean ratio 1618 was hit. I mean, like what do you want? Like it's like good price objectives were achieved, and maybe 4K would be your last one or 5K, whatever. But that's it for the trader. Like the long-term holder, hey, just keep it up, man. Keep it up, you know. Just non-stop. There's different worlds though. Swing trading and investing and owning long-term, they're different. So let's go to the TLT. It's a good question. All right, TLT. Shoot, dudes. All right, look at this, man. It's really hard to say because technically it's very interesting. 88.62. Look at this. If you knew this level, 87 to 88, you go back to history. I'll show you why the zone is gray. It's not an opinion. It's just reality. It's where reversals have happened going all the way back to 2002, 2003, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, 11. Right? That is very real. If that level is successfully defended by buyers, you can see what occurs. You get rallies. And it could very well take this asset to $97. Because you can see, history shows you, reversal, 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 before it even pulled back and broke. Like, that would be your target if this was successfully defended. They closed out the week with it being successfully defended. But they could take this down all the way to 87.74. But something's happening, I guess. It's been terrible for a very, very long time, since 2021. You're above the 200 moving average. Not very often you're above that. I wonder where we're at on the 50. My God, chat. I mean, look how close we are to a daily golden cross. where the 50-day simple moving average crosses over the slower 200-day simple moving average. The red line is the 200. The purple is 50. Okay. What even is a moving average? So you take on a 200-day simple moving average, you take the previous 200 days of data, and it's plotted on the chart. It's done automatically. People used to have to plot it manually somehow. But anyway, Golden Cross looks imminent. You are showing at least some favorable price action correlation to this level. You even saw it here back in April, in May, right? You like kind of violated spring, back test to spring, and then what happened after that confirmation? You rallied. It was a really nice rally to 100 plus. So I'm wondering, like, if you can stay above 87.74 given enough time, you got to wonder, like, you know, all these lows are higher than this low from October 2023. But it's like no one's really buying. In fact, when the interest rates were cut 25 basis points, you had an immediate rejection. Like the 25 basis point cut September 17th, it was they gapped it down. So it's like, hey, not good, you know. No one is buying the debt. So the question would be like, what's up overall market analysis? And it's like, okay, so if no one's buying debt, they're not buying government bonds. That's a safe, no-brainer asset to hold in turbulent market conditions. And then you have monetary debasement that they won't tell you or show you. I mean, 12 to 15% per year at this point. You don't have to believe me, it's fine. But how would you look at how expensive everything gets every year? It's like accelerating. It's getting more and more crazy, bad. Okay, so people don't want to buy real estate because interest rates are too high, and real estate prices are still extremely overvalued or pumped because of the money printing. Where you remember in 2020, 2021, in 18 months, central banks printed 40% of all circulating money supply. So you have overinflated real estate prices. You have extremely high interest rates. No one's buying bonds. Buying bonds is toxic anyway, because you are never going to outrun or outpace monetary debasement owning bonds. Toxic. So it's like, damn, gold, yep, exactly. People are buying the living crap out of gold. Non-stop, it's gone parabolic. Silver, platinum, palladium soon. Palladium's going to go on its own crazy psycho run too. Guess what? Big tech. Huge tech, man. Google, Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia, yeah. That's what people are buying because they have nowhere else to put their money. Because guess what? Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, now, and some others, Oracle, many of them are outrunning the living crap out of inflation. So that's like the market analysis. That's where you're at. No one wants bonds. Rightfully so, because they're not keeping up with monetary debasement. Okay, so that's interesting though. Okay, so I said all that.
Hi, let's go crazy. Smile Giga Chat. Gigos Don Mex.
What's up, man? I just want to do a little Gig Chat. Yeah, bro. My favorite S quote of all time, Gig Chat. Yeah. So I said all that, and then it's like all of a sudden we're looking at the TLT, and if you care about technicals, it's very interesting. Very interesting. I hope it holds. If it holds, you got good upside. I mean, you got like 1 and 2. You got all these higher lows. That's great. So we'll see. This is a newer development that began kind of at the beginning of the month of September. So like we'll keep our eye on it. They broke the supply line of like a bullish dragon pattern. We'll keep our eye on it. Okay, it's an interesting chart. Good. Thanks for the request for that. So I kept it on my mind. We've had some good synergy of the requests. All right. That was the second request. Let's look at MPW, because Medical Properties Trust Incorporated. That someone requested that. Big one's 112, 230. That's spectacular, man. So good. Oh, I can see right out the gate why this human being, who shall remain anonymous, why this human being requested this. You can see the higher lows. Let's maybe go to the weekly. Started out. Definitely going to structure down here. It's like an ascending triangle. Kind of an ascending triangle. Like pattern bros. Hey, I'm a pattern bro. All right. If you're a pattern bro, it's like easy, right? Demand line. And wow. Imagine this would come up on a few people's scanners for patterns, like typing an ascending triangle. There you go. I mean, potential ascending triangle reversal. Okay, well, I don't think you would want to own the asset. Probably below 395. Let's see. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Risk management might be a breeze. You're a little too far off, okay? Like, I really wish this was requested maybe the beginning of the month, because at the beginning of the month, the asset was trading a lot closer to the inflection point from 2008. So the closer the asset would be trading to that, the easier it would be to strategically set up a stop loss entry with knowing your upside. Your upside could be really good. Real estate investment trust. Interesting. They typically don't make money, it looks like. Negative EPS every quarter. So you requested it, you know, and I appreciate that. So all I would say is, like, all you can do is look at, like, okay, 374. That might be the line in the sand to be strategizing. If you wanted to long this, it would be a bottom of the basement trade. It wouldn't be based on any sort of momentum. It would just be based on maybe a reversal pattern developing. Been in development for shoot, man, like a year and a half. So it's not bad. Like, you're the basement. You got a pattern. It's been consolidating for a long time. You know what's really cool about this asset? This high volume signature at a support. Typically indicates a bottom is being put in. Extreme amounts of volume at support. Lots of bids came in. All right, so this thing could fluctuate, oscillate. It could go back down to 420, whatever. As long as it stays above 374 at this point, I think you're okay. I think you're okay. All right, so that's just maybe a way to look at it. All right, Anonymous, thank you for the contribution to the stream. Sydney Triangle, oh, for sure. It's beautiful. Yeah. Got a little M shape here too. It would be nice. It would be so nice. Okay. It's luxury. Okay. This would be like, all right, man, I've got Starlink on my private jet type of luxury if you wanted. So that's beautiful. It's a nice little Gartley. So you got a reaction. That's a reaction low. So let it subside a little more, and then it comes back down, and you get some sort of type 2 return on the daily. And then you get, yeah, see, it got overbought. Your oscillators got cooked. And so you want to pull back. So you can pull back, and maybe we get some form of bullish divergence on the oscillators to help your argument, increase your probability. So I would think, like, maybe one more test to 420 or even $4 would be spectacular for that daily. I hope. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's a weird song. 14 minutes to the daily weekly close. If you're enjoying the stream, the like button below. So thanks for being here. Oh my God. All right. Let's check out the next request. I think it was TLT, but we already covered it. Snapchat for Joe Wizard.
Ondo/USD Coinbase still look good as long as macro plays out.
What's up, Dr. Fish? We'll look at Ondo. So I can only assure you that I'll look at it, and we will discuss it in full when we get there. Thank you, dude. So John Wizard says, Snap, I think you might like. I think you'd like Snap. Well, you had a bullish shark pattern that reacted at key supports, manifested into a bearish 5-0, and it rolled over, bad earnings. But dang, man, here we are. Look at the volume that's come in here. And look, man, if you're above 7, 8, 9, I'm not a joke. I was 6 afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9 was such a strong support that goes back to 2019, 2020, 2023. I mean, that, like, I don't know how it's going to unfold because, like, you're still making lower highs. You haven't really reversed the trend definitively because you want to see higher highs, higher lows consecutively. That's a great trend, higher highs, higher lows. You don't have that. You have, like, the lowest lows and the lower highs. You're just putting in the lowest high. But the other side of the argument is, mother of God, you are holding, you're at the level. Like, someone could just do this and it might very well fail tomorrow or the next few days because you're so close and there may not even be enough indication that it's good. But someone could just so freaking easily just, oh, whatever, a stop loss at 766. Because why do you want to own the asset below this level of going back to 2019, 2020? Right? You wouldn't want to own it below that level. So you can have a stupidly tight stop loss and then take profit at like $10, like that swing high from July. It could be that simple. The only problem is you just aren't trending well. That's the only concern I have about it. But my God, that volume, that's the highest volume you've seen on Snap actually since July 2022. There's a multi-year highs on volume recently. So I'm just wondering, you wonder, hidden bearish divergence, but not on the RSI. RSI is pretty good. It could be that simple on Snap. It really could. But you see why the stop loss would be where it is. It's a decent, it could be decent. And then that $10, $10.40, $12, the next swing high, $12.77. And then if you ever break that, $16.50 and beyond. So something to think about. Okay. Good request because of that, because of where you are right now. Like, oh man, like give it could get to a point where a week goes by and all of a sudden it's back to $9 and all of a sudden you can't really strategize as optimally as you can right now because where it is in correlation to the support. Okay. Thank you, dude. Jaw Wizard. Does that make sense? I think that's why you requested it. So you can always kind of tell someone requested it because they're abiding by the teachings instilled here or not. Excuse me. Old Triple D up almost 7% on Friday. Yeah, buddy. Yep. This is a weekly thing. So it was the highest daily candle close on Triple D since early March of this year. And you're just waiting on higher, if you can even believe it. I mean, off the entry, the trade setup, what is it up? It is literally up like 70%. But we weren't even trading the daily. I didn't even care about the daily, even though the daily had like an inverse head and shoulders, and it's cool, man. There was a shark here. It was there, but don't care because the weekly was so freaking good. Like, it's like, in a way, it's similar-ish to ACHR. From the low to the slightly lower low, the type 1 to type 2, not the M-shaped trading range. Just talk about how they did it here was so spectacular. I mean, you can't make up how perfect it was. That initial spring back test from 1994, 1999, 2003, 2009. Triple bullish divergence on the slightly lower low. You had plenty of time. And it was up 27% last week. Great start. But we're waiting on 460 on the weekly. Yeah, easy. You break 460, 671, $8. So you're just in this up stupid amounts. And you're just remaining patient because you know you're trading the weekly not the daily 4 hour. It's the weekly, man. This is a massive structure, like 1,000-day large bullish deep crab type 2 return. Yeah, resolution on something so large is going to be a lot more than 72%. Okay, but we'll see. All right, thank you, dude. Yeah, there was trade setup. Absolutely, Echo. We can try to look at it real quick if you want. It's posted like early, sometime in August. Give me a sec. Scroll through. Yeah, I did. I posted the triple D trade setup live on stream. I remember. There it is. Yeah, go back to, it was July 17th I posted this setup. So here it is, chat. Echo Leaf missed it. Gosh dang, dude. But all right, so just the beginning. But like, dude, months ago, this was, someone's like, do a wild card. They requested me to do dealer's choice, where I pick something. I'm scanning, I'm like, you know what? Oh my God. This is it, right? Right down there, 166. Pattern, it's all happening at the key levels from history. Extremely easy to manage risk. You know your upside potential. You see 449, 460 up there. Like that's target one. It's like it's just barely begun. You know, even though it's up a lot. So yeah, 717. Shoot, man, I think I posted this just like what, a week or so before the Tesla trade setup. All right. Let's see. Next request. Well, Doge Lord wanted the market analysis. I think I did that. All right. So Anonymous wanted Giga Chad. Yeah, he's staying anonymous because he didn't want to be doxxed on requesting Giga Chad on Mex. Oh my God. I mean, I kind of get it. Kind of get it a little bit. Whoa. So the way I have this plotted means it probably, when I looked at it, it was not there yet, and it's now there. Whoa. All right. So we have a completed M shape now. And look where its pattern is concluding its development. It happens to be at key inflection points. If you recapture 1.237 cents, yeah, you are gonna Giga Chad. Yeah, this thing's gonna have, it's gonna be mewing. Its chin muscles are gonna be, you know, crazy. Dude, it's like it kind of broke the supply line there. Yeah, whichever way you want to do it, like that or that, it's broken. So stop loss, maybe just below the swing low at 1 cent. You know, psychological, they defended it. That's really good. Wow, just it's not like, oh, I love Giga Chat, you know, I love scam coins, but I'm looking at, this is exactly the context of the best M shapes, in my opinion, that exist. After long extended drawdowns, and then they complete over a good period of time, and that D point ends up being around a level from history. That's from July last year. 180-day large M shape, bullish bat pattern. 1618 with the 886 cents. So they haven't broken the key level or recaptured the 1.237 cent level, but if they do, it could be amazing. Now, what you would want, so the reaction, the type 1 reaction, I don't think it's even happened. So you might get something like this, and then eventually, over time, you get a type 2 return. And then it would be unbelievable, but wow. Nevertheless, phenomenal down here, okay? You're in a good zone, good pattern. Kind of hard to believe. Wow. There you go. It's ridiculous. It's freaking nuts. All right. Dr. Triplefish wanted Ondo. 3 minutes to the close, chat. All right. Ondo Finance. Dang, man. Well, I mean, it's still okay, all right, in the grand scheme of things, but it is a little disappointing that you are trading below 93, 99 cents, that inflection zone. But they are trying to, like, keep it propped up, I guess, locally. Seems like they got right there, August 2nd.
Chipotle, please.
CMG, Oregon JB, thanks for the 20, dude. Sure thing. We'll get it next. So they're holding that. So, I mean, well, I say the grand scheme of things is like, hey, man, the type 2 return to the M shape, that's still great, you know. What a bounce. But has it fully resolved? Nah. I mean, like, if this was going to really play out, you're targeting for 150 plus, 165, 214. But it's a scam coin. I don't know. Like, it could easily fail because it's a joke coin. I'd feel more confident, like, identifying an M shape like this on the equities market. Big B, what's up, Big B? What's up, A and B? 209 euros. Thanks, man. Thumbs up. Likewise. And appreciate it, dude. Yeah, so on this one, I mean, I guess if you're staying above 86 cents, you're holding this local support. It looks like a swing high from September of last year. But I would feel a lot more comfortable on this asset if we could see if we could see buyers recapture 93 cents, 99 cents. Okay, and then but it's not lost anything. I mean, you're not, you know, this thing can go down back to 71 cents and still, I guess, be okay. But 99 cents could take us back to how we need to be. Just a bunch of higher lows and then sell wall 112. You break 112, it's just boom, straight up to 150, 147. So it's just rectangling, I guess, right now. You got your range bound since July so far. Okay. But you're not dead, you're not in trouble. It's just stuck sideways for months. I mean, trading at the same price as traded at mid-July. Ugh. Wow. Tesla, Moon up 30+%, Google up like 50. My God, so many assets have just run circles around these scam coins. I mean, crypto bros punch in the air. It really is, right? It has been all summer. The meme of the bus, where there's this guy on one side of the bus looking, it's dark and scary, and he's crying, he's sad. And on the other side of the bus, it's sunny out, it's beautiful, he's smiling, he's happy. That's equity bros. Okay. Gold bros. All right, CMG. What's up, Angry Abuelo?
Angry Abuelo tipped $25. Got here late, but here is my small thank you for lack. If you went over it already, great, but if not, I'd like to hear your insight. I already took some profits.
We shall look at LAC. I have not looked at it. We should. We definitely should. We'll look at it after CMG, all right? Thank you, dude. And I'm just happy you made money, man. I'm actually like, dude, that's what it's about, man. You just get to a point, numbers on a screen, but my God, you know what's more fulfilling than making numbers on a screen? Helping other people make numbers on a screen. Like, improving people's lives, being there.
Mitch, can you look at MLTX, Moonlake Immunotherapeutics?
Sounds terrible, but we will take a gander, Andrew. Thanks so much for 20. And there it is, chat. There it is. The weekly candle has officially closed in crypto.
Look here. Look, listen.
Let's look at it real quick. Bitcoin. All right. So that was great. What a pivot, man. Them defending that's so spectacular. All right. Not a joke. That's so. It could be so good if it's not a failure. If it's not, oh, we're just gonna bamboozle, reject bearish engulfing candle tomorrow, today, right? New day. I mean, it could be wonderful. I mean, think about how much time has gone by. How many days have gone by. The market participants have constructed this area as of 282 days. And it was always and only a resistance really until August of this year, and now late September 1 and 2. So that I am optimistic, and I am gonna smoke the hopium that maybe we have a local form of confirmation here, okay? And it could take us much higher. And that argument becomes completely invalid if or when sellers take out 109,358. Then I think we might be in trouble. Okay? We have a valid argument for that until that level is broken with confirmation. Okay? All right, back to CMG. That's right. Intel hype. Let's go, dude. All right, so Chipotle.
Hey Mitch, can we take a look at Ari? Thank you.
What's up,
Looking at
Gummy Man?
3D. Much love.
3-day? Yeah, we're going to do that. Gummy Man. Thanks for 2121. Much love. On the list. All right, so you got CMG. It had that parabolic run, and then it concluded with a bearish shark pattern, and then it was over, and now you're trending downward. You're not uptrending. You're down trending. That's just how it is. And it's going to take a lot to turn that around, okay? So I'm wondering if we could even plot a channel. I'm not even sure. Gosh, dang, man, like lost it there. That's a pretty good channel, though. Anchoring on the bottom, it gives you, check your anchor points. It's kind of perfect. If you did 1 and 2 on the bottom and you anchor point 1 on the top, you get another test. That's pretty nice. So that's maybe how it's going. And unfortunately, you lost that demand line. So maybe they whipsaw it because you're so cooked on the RSI. And that's insane bullish divergence. So they're hitting this old overhead resistance from 2021. But remember when Chipotle was like just killing it? And now it's like, hey man, if you just held Chipotle from September 2021 all the way to now, you've made virtually nothing in 1,469 days. So, I mean, you would, if you were like wanting to long this, obviously, like you would nothing to do with the asset below 38.76. You have no evidence of accumulation, no evidence of a buying campaign, no evidence of momentum shifting into the hands of the buyers. You got really nothing outside of it's been devastated, and buyers the past week have defended overhead resistance as support, and that's it. So again, it'd be more of a scalper situation, not a swing trader, position trader, because we look for big old patterns, huge patterns that are local and just undeniable. It's such a no-brainer. This here is your argument. You got a little divergence and you got a back test of a level, so you might get yourself a nice exhaustion rally off this low. That might be it though, and that's not your strongest argument because you've been downtrending ever since December of 2024. So that's it on CMG. But yeah, long-term uptrend, no problem, man. Just, again, swing trading isn't about like one thing. It's about, do we have the local consolidation structure, and is it concluding its development at the key level? Nope, not right now. But again, scalpers might long it, and they say it's a spring back test, bullish and golden candle on Friday. It could very well rally off that, yeah. Oregon, JB, thanks, dude. Okay, next one was LAC, yeah, just for fun, because LAC is certainly a fun asset, because finally our chickens came home to roost. Yeah, you hit like a target 678. Sure, yeah, you did that. You exceeded it. And then on Friday, it was down 14%. Down a little bit after hours too, I think. Probably down, might be down tomorrow. I mean, any pullback, it's probably a breakaway gap. Meaning, like, even if they took this thing down to like 382, you're probably not filling that gap at $3. But that's it. That's like, you get your entry, you have some targets, you have your price objectives, you hit one of them, there are more way higher, and you're just waiting on higher prices. And you don't care about the pullbacks now. It is not your job to be worried about that. Because this right here, that volume, that's record volume. Never seen volume like that in existence of Lithium Americas Corporation. So, but how it all started with the harmonic framework. Scott Carney would be so proud. All at the key levels. Yep. So that's it, man. It's beautiful. All right, we got to move on. There's not much to look at, right? There was plenty to look at, and it's over. It's resolving now. You missed it. If you did, I hope you didn't. Moon Lake Immunotherapeutics. All right. Oh, goodness.
Just made my first 3k profit on Lack You the Man Mitch. Can we check Rivian?
What's up, AA Ron? Oh, congratulations, man, on your profit, dude. And how interesting you would request Rivian, because Rivian is the next one. Now, again, no certainties, not acting like we know where an asset's going, but if you're talking about the framework for a high probability of positive resolution, Rivian is next. And that's it. It's like you own it, you're going to let it ride, it could fail, but probability's high, higher that it would go way higher from where it is right now. But we'll go to it, okay? So MLTX was requested by Andrew, and it's nice that it's like pumping. It's up 10% on Friday, highest level seen since February 2024. The issue is, if you're looking at this, a swing trader can't, like, that's just freshly looking at the chart for the first time, can't do anything but say, yeah, maybe profit taking level. Right? Because if you were a swing trader in this situation, you'd be trying to long as close as you could to $39, the bottom of this range, and your profit taking level would be the top of the range. Man, I really wish like people would sometimes like request an asset.
Can you take a look at SDGR?
Sometimes they do.
Thank you.
But I just wish like you were requesting this like May 30th, June. I'd have been here. I'd have done the same thing. I'm like, dude, this is like kind of a crazy inverse head, like a perfect inverse head and shoulders with very well defined neckline. They even like gapped it up and then back tested before this run. So it's like, man, could have been awesome, right? For just the swing. That's the swing trader, position trader world. This is Rudy Poo, time to take profit. Yeah, you're about to take some profit on your long that you're up crazy amounts on. You're, what, 80% on your money from down here. If you ever break $63, pretty easy to target. I think you would go high to the low. Yeah, 73.88 if you went to price discovery. You know, that's 73.88, 78.64. The Goldman ratio is 85.48. So that's all I got for you, man. Okay. Yep. Okay, next one was ARRY for Gummy. All right. Oh, I don't like the song. I'm hoping y'all can barely even hear the music, but I can hear it and it annoys me. So, Array Technologies. Oh, been here before. Very interesting. It is. At least recently. It was terrible in April, but then things turned around where they, my God, the sellers did all they could to try to break that old all-time low from 2022, but they failed thrice. And nice rally here, and things are kind of turning around. It's kind of like maybe what they're doing now is, yeah, like trying to hold this. Trying to hold this 769 swing high, swing high, swing highs. It's now swing low, so it's almost trying to manage the risk. They could try to play that. Like you would probably, I think 641 would be a better entry on this. A deeper retrace. The 200 moving average is there. There's that major swing low from 2022. That would be the most optimum entry, 641. But if somebody out there was like really wanting to, I guess they could play 748 as the inflection point where they're trying to manage the risk, right? They're constructing a trading plan and they're going to have a stop loss just somewhere slightly below 748 and let it ride because the momentum's good. You're holding. There's hidden bullish divergence maturing on the MACD histogram. So that's the way you can look at it. It's also like, you know, it's like a right-angled descending Brightening formation kind of too. So it's like a bullish reversal structure. It's already broken out. I think 748 might have been the breakout point of it. So upside, God, man. Shoot, man. I mean, upside, overhead resistance-wise, maybe 1192, but probably the big ones, 1269 to 1318. Okay. So you're getting a lot of more than before indication, right? The momentum is shifting, like better than some. Like some of the assets, like, look, you got the low, the lower low, the lowest low, the higher lows. All right, so momentum shift. Now you got a higher high. You're putting in maybe a higher low, whether it's 748 or 641. It's still a higher low. So I think it could be a little bit higher risk to construct a plan here, and it'd be a lower risk trade at 641. But either way, someone could take a chance on it. Okay, so it's your call. And it's literally, you have to understand what I'm saying, right? And I think your upside potential, given enough time, is at least 11.95 to $12. That high from July 2024, but you can clearly see the big one, the big historical one's 1269, 1318. Okay, that is your ARRY. I hope it pumps now, man. You're a wizard, Ari. There you go, dude. Nice one. All right, let's look at Rivian, which I would love to look at Rivian, dude. Okay. Yeah, it is unfortunate the kind of close we got on Friday. It does suck because you did confirm a close below the mega inflection point. But I don't care. Like, if this thing goes to 1335, I'm just loading up more. I'm going to add. This thing goes to 1269. Add. I'd be adding until it falls below 1180. Then I might start getting a little worried. But this is perfect. It is the same thing as Baba. The same setup. There is almost zero difference from Baba. Chat, I don't know if you're new here. Like, I don't tell you, man. This thing was posted August 5th, 2024. We didn't see target 4 till like 2 weeks ago. But it's the long extended drawdown, then the M-shaped completion methodically over a good amount of time. And then that nice accumulation signature. And possibly on the third valley, you have this local low that gets reconfirmed as support. Oh, wait, it's the same effing picture. They recaptured, reconfirmed that low. And that's it. It's like you just have to hold on to this thing for dear life. Yep, you hold on for dear life. You just forget it. Oh, we pull back? Maybe add some. But eventually, I mean, I'm thinking the hardcore target's like $30, $40, maybe higher. LAC was the best, and now Rivian is the best setup. That I think if you're a harmonic accumulation trader, like, I think this is it. Like, this is like the next big one. I mean, think about how long it took to develop. I mean, 500 plus days. Are you kidding me, man? That's massive. You're just, kind of struggling a little bit right at this 1567, which is fine. Again, they pull it back to 13 plus bucks. You just a better entry. You'd be blessed to receive a $13 Rivian again. Really. You got 1180. Oh my God. Load the farm. Okay, that's just nothing to talk about. Like, you broke, like, the supply line was breached and then formally regarded as support at the same time as they defend, recapture, reconfirm this horizontal line as support. It's unbelievable. And then probably the moving average. You're trading above the 50. You're trading above. Okay, how often? Please, how often are you trading above all three moving averages and at the same time all three moving averages are up sloping now? I mean, it's like moving average dream scenario. It just looks so good. You just getting these all these crossovers, and then the 20s diverging from the 50, the 50 starting to barely diverge away from the 200. It's just perfect. You get a pullback, it's probably another buying opportunity. All right, there you go. Thank you, dude. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'll just hit the. You remember this? Blah, blah, there it is. Okay, so there you go. Okay, next request was SDGR for Ariza. Thank you, Ariza. Sorry about. I think I was in the middle of a conversation or something when you requested that. Sorry. Thank you, dude. Schrodinger's cat. Oh my God, y'all remember this? The old dragon setup from freaking 2020? Wow. I don't even know the last time I've been here on this thing. That's crazy. That was freaking nuts. Okay, let me just get rid of it. That's 5 years ago, man. A lot of candles, a lot of data since then. So, you're in the basement. You're at the. You didn't do anything, did you? After that setup, that was it. That was over. It was over forever. I mean, you're near support, but like, is it really? Is there any indication of like strong accumulation? I think these retraces are like way too deep. They're too similar. It's almost like 100% retraces. So it's like, You're below the 200 moving average. I don't really see something that sticks out as like incredible on the daily. It's just you're close to a level you were at 3 years ago. I look at it and I'm like, it's cool and all, but I don't really care. I would just put my money in something better. Like, I don't think it's good enough. I know it's at a 1630 level. You want to take a shot, by all means, do your thing. Stop loss below it, but I think there's better assets out there. There's, tens of thousands of assets we can scan through on all the different markets, and I just think you got a better chance on those. I think you just find a better setup that's well matured, and it's a no-brainer. Like, why would I ever put money in SDGR when I'm looking at Rivian? Or you could have said SGR, and then, a week ago, been like LAC before the pump. Or shoot, dude, I mean, I'd rather own Apple over this, Yeah, I'd rather own Apple over this all day. I think Apple's about to, it's not a good swing trade or anything, but I think Apple's about to go on price discovery. I think it's about to go nuts. I don't know what's going to happen or what news will do it, but, dude, I think this thing is like, it's like overdue. It's just like it was Google, and I think it's Apple's time, man. Like I'm wondering, will we see all-time highs this upcoming week? And if you do break it, 285. Remember what Google did? Google exceeded the 1618 fib extension. Microsoft did the same thing. Nvidia went to 1414. So I'm just thinking, they got their new iPhone that came out. They were getting upgraded every day by analysts. You broke the bearish divergence that's really a big thing. You got to, as an analyst, you realize, wow, that is such severe bearish divergence on the RSI and MACD. And it performed only to put in the highest low of the uptrend. And that indicates to you, that is indicative of who is in control of this asset right now. And it's buyers, not sellers. If sellers were in control, this textbook bearish divergence would have manifested into at least a back test of 216, 220. So, yep. Yeah, Super Saiyan. Thank you, Jimmy.
Jimmy tipped $24.24. Shout out to LAC Army. Thank you, Mitch and staff. I believed in you and still believe LAC goes much higher. Starting my Rivian position. Dealer's choice, please.
Let's go, dude. Let's go, Jimmy. Thank you, man. Dealer's choice. That's a lot of pressure, dude. A lot of pressure, man. I might have to hit the space bar a few times, but maybe I'll think of something. Thank you, dude. So I was caught up anyway, but I was just talking about Apple. I think Apple's good. I think Tesla's ready for all-time highs. I think like Tesla, we're just waiting on 48. I'm sorry. That's it. Remember, target 1 was 400. Target 2 is 48. Target 3 is price discovery up here, the Fibonacci. Remember the 3 rising valleys in the breakout in the back tip? Remember the bullish Ben and Baby? So nice. So I can't wait to see 48 on Tesla. Sitting patiently, waiting, man. Exciting times. All right, so dealer's choice, huh? Dealer's choice. Man. Well, I would do Halliburton because Halliburton's a trade setup. You hit their highest daily candle close since April. And that thing, like I post that trade setup, boom, just gone. A few days later. Let's scan for a minute. The heck? Man, some of these are just so ridiculous. Oh, you know what? I kind of like Nove Energy. Yeah, Nove Incorporated. I like this little, it's not like the best in the world, but I really like an asset when it correlates so positively to an old level where if you see history, what happens? It can be explosive. And they're holding and they're continuing to hold and defend, and now what's happening, there's like so much demand on the asset that the sellers are unable to even test that level again. And it's almost like you can kind of see it. It's scuffed. It's very scuffed, and I wouldn't even call it this, but you can kind of see maybe what's happening, right? They're shifting the momentum after the buyers recapture the levels. So it's like, here's your low. I mean, your lowest low, then the higher low, and then the higher low again. And then like this higher low is catching a form of confirmation right here, 1 and 2. And now, again, so much demand, they can't even push it down to test to 1216 or 1183 anymore. And so he's wondering, is the tide shifting on this asset? It's at levels where someone could be layering in. And you know your upside is really 1653, 1815, or 18 bucks, yeah, and like 20 bucks. So you just gotta wonder, man. Things are going on, and it's at the levels where people can construct trading plans. They can set up strategic stop losses below this inflection point. They can take entries as close to that level as possible, because if you do that, you know your upside could be massive if it resolves the same way as it's done in the past. So let's do like Nove Incorporated looks very interesting here. Look at testing the 200 moving average. I wonder how the 50's looking. Above the 50. You can get a golden cross, you caught any fall through. So just maybe, right? There's your wild card. Just was hitting spacebar a few times. Okay. Oh yeah, Meta's good too, but yeah, Meta broke the channel. No, but like Meta, the channel might be broken, right? But
BKHNYSE weekly / monthly PLS, you de goat man.
what's up, G-Dog? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll get that next. Meta, like it's very, very. You're getting kind of close to being sketch. I know, like 736. They got a hold. They held it. They defended it. Closed the week out, defending it. Yeah, I'm going to start feeling a little more sus and sketch about Meta if you lose it. The old all-time high. It's been terrible. I mean, I don't know what it is. Zuckerberg, if he stopped working out or something. But, yeah, it's been very disappointing. Very disappointing. They got to do something, man, to keep this level defended. Because if they don't, there's good downside. Very good downside. Your argument kind of deteriorates. Kind of becomes invalid. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. Disappointing week. Let's just pray to God that buyers come in this week and hold it. Otherwise, yeah, bust. Okay, BKH right now. Black Hills Corporation. Oh, Bitcoin up on the day now, man. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's go to the weekly. We got the Black Stones, we got the Black Rocks, and of course we've got the Black Hills. My God, man. What about the Black Forest Ham? All the different, yeah. So I get it. I understand. Of course, G-Dog. It's like you're speaking the language. I can feel what you're doing. Like, okay, he found this asset that the dot-com bubble in 2001 popped, right? That was it, 58.65. And all these years go by, and now it's like, oh my God, like the momentum shifted. But then, you know, like they hit this $51 level, 50 bucks, and they defend it. But now it's like what's happening very subtly and quietly is buyers are attempting to They have recaptured that level. They have done that. And they have actually formally regarded that level as support. So you've kind of spring back tested. You had a really freaking good week. This asset was up almost 4% on the week. Bullish engulfing candle. Still below the 200, so could be better in that regard. But I would say extremely easy to set up a stop loss, right? I mean, whatever, where we're going to buy, pulls back a little. But it's that easy, right? Like you wouldn't want to own the asset below that level. And the fact that they've recaptured it and they've reconfirmed it as support is your signal if you wanted to long it. And shoot, dude, you could, I don't know what you'd have to settle for. Profit taking level 1 would have to be the swing high. Because remember, it has to be equitable. It has to be 3-to-1. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to take profit at 65, 50. No, dude, it'd be like you wouldn't be getting a 3-to-1. So this would be 4.3-to-1 up there. So you could be very easy on the weekly to set a tight stop loss and let it ride.
Sui, please, sir.
What's up, Lane? Thanks for 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at some SUI, S-Coin stuff. Thanks again, Lane. Right, so that's it. That's like just a way, like it's not like a conventional setup outside of like, it's not like the harmonics completed a type 2 return, 3 rising valleys and all the you know, but it is just like a bread and butter. You got a couple variables, which is an old 2001 level has been recaptured, reconfirmed, and it's very close to that level, so someone could easily set up a tight stop and have some good upside if it succeeded. Okay. Thank you, G-Dog, man. Much love. Black Hills, dude. Let's make them Black Mountains. SUA. SUA. We'll see here. SUI, man, it's been really disappointing lately. My God, dude, trading the same price as traded in November 2024. Wow, but looking at the daily. Wow, you're talking about the bottom of a channel, bro. You're there. Like, you're just at it. So you're at some support looking left. You're at this upsloping demand line. You're right at the 200-day moving average. You had a bullish engulfing candle yesterday to recapture all of it. I mean, it'd be like you playing the Bitcoin daily discernible confirmation low above that 109.358. That's like kind of how you'd play it, because I mean, stop loss would probably have to be at like 305. Maybe 313 or something. Candle close, wick low, swing high, swing low. But it's kind of similar, right? You got the low, the lower low, then slightly lower low. You don't have any divergence on the daily. But dang, man, if you aren't at a key level, if you're not oversold in the uptrend since April, because someone could be like, that's just distribution. I get it. That is awesome. Like lower highs. But all those lower highs on the bottom side, you're getting some slightly lower lows, but they're just, the sellers are unable to take out this support, this little zone. So as long as you're really above $3, $2.97, I think you're okay. I think you could like literally be at the bottom. You could be at a level that is easily manageable. But yeah, it is kind of weird, the slightly lower lows distribution.
Hey Mitch, love your daily streams, watching daily since 5 years. What do you think of Ondo? Looked like a great setup last week. Not sure how it looks now. Thanks for all the educational content.
Oh, boss,
Much
thanks.
love.
Thanks so much, dude. Loves Mutual. We actually looked at Ondo. Someone actually requested Ondo earlier. We looked at it and analyzed it. It's fine, you know, the long-term thing, but it is kind of range bound. It's in a rectangle. You want to recapture one level. I can just go back to it for a minute, man. But yeah, 20 minutes ago we had looked at it. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, you could say I'm going to take a shot on Q4, and if it fails, F it, F crypto. Target 1 could easily just be the swing high from May, swing high from July. It could be that simple. And then your target 2, I think you know what your target 2 would be, clearly, next resistance. And then you could have target 3 being like maybe all-time highs or even higher. It could be that simple. It could. But I'm not even acting like I know. It's a scam coin. I don't care about crypto that much. Like, but it's there. Someone could play that. Someone could do it like that. I wish the oscillators were playing ball more, implying yet indubitable seller exhaustion here. But you can tell by the price action that it might be, the sellers might be getting weaker because the disparity between the swing lows is lower. So, could be played like that, okay? It could. And you would just say, you're be taking a shot for Q4, like a positive Q4 for crypto. It's been miserable. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin hit all-time highs 2 times this summer, but it was a joke, man. All the gains were wiped out. Your Bitcoin, just as of earlier, like yesterday, today, was trading at the same price it was trading at 9+ months ago. Terrible. Well, you have all these stocks going insane. So relative to other markets, garbage. But, hey, man, you're saying, you know what the theory might be? Crypto is going to pull it together in Q4 and go on a run. That would be like, someone would say that, like, okay, and this one's close enough to a level where one could strategize, and that's all I can kind of give you on SUI. All right. Okay. Yeah, again, Ondo, let's look back at it real quick. Ondo boss for you real quick, just so I can reiterate. I don't even remember which one it was. I think it's Coinbase. Yeah, Ondo is like fine above 86 cents. Below 86 cents, I got kind of some concerns because you very well could be running to 72, 71 cents again. Okay, that you're bad. You're screwed. But if they can defend that local level, you're all right. But you got to break above 93, 99 cents to really like this thing locally again. So again, it's just like you're rectangled. Like you have this local range-bound asset from July to now, and you're at the bottom of that range. So you're just barely hanging on. You're just hoping they defend it. Okay, that's it. That's your Ondo update, your reiteration. Hayuake says Doge looks ready. Could be. I mean, they could be putting in the highest low, and guess what? It's all happening. Oh my God, right? 22 cents. Please understand, 22 cents is everything on this chart. You don't understand. It's so real. And they have drawn this thing down and taken it back for a formal back test, and you're just holding above it. And it's still, right? What is going on? Like, people get scared. It's like, well, you put the M shape was the reversal, and then the conclusion of that reversal, a higher high in the previous high, then a higher low in the previous low, and then a higher high in the previous high, and now possibly the highest low of the uptrend, the newer uptrend. So yeah, anything above 22 cents on Doge is great. Below it, kind of sus, kind of weird. Not really a big fan of Doge below 22 cents, but if you keep this price above 22 cents, green light. It's a green light. And you could be developing hidden bullish divergence in the oscillators, implying continuation upward. 26 cents to 28 cents would be your targets. So there you go. That's right. Dogecoin above 22 cents is great. Below it, I'm not a fan. Okay? It's that simple. Good. And it's uptrending. All right. So there you have it, chat. We got through all the requests. My God, y'all put me to work today. I've been live for an hour and 34 minutes. And thank you all so much for coming out. See how crazy this week's going to be. The U.S. futures are kind of going nuts right now. They're ripping. And I'm thinking Apple might be partying next week. I hope Meta can recover. I think Tesla has a real good shot of doing things because it is just they tried to take it below that $400 threshold and they couldn't do it and they failed, and strength came in at the end of the week. So I'm wondering what kind of week we're gonna have. Some of these assets are set up, man. So thank y'all for everything. I'll be back. Until next time, respect. The T. A.
Hey Mitch, can you take a look at SDG? Thank you.